Hello, I'm Preeta. I'm going to present my seminar topic on the poem Oh How I Love Your Streets, written by Faiz Ahmed Faiz. So let's start. So first we'll see about the author, Faiz Ahmed Faiz, who born on 1911 and passed away on 1984. Is one of the most celebrated and probably the greatest Pakistani Urdu poet. He was influenced by the works of Iqbal and Mirza Ghalib. His poems assimilate modern Urdu with a classical focusing excessively on expansion of socialism in the country. And also he spent many years in prison for opposing the oppressive regime. He spent his last days in exile. With uh, this experience made him to write this poem. So on. We'll start a poem. So the poem "Oh How I Love Your Street" elaborates on the style of functioning of an oppressive regime. The first part of the poem represents a sad picture of the poet's country that is under an oppressive regime. The poet sounds pessimist in this part. Though the poem paints a bleak picture of a land of poets' birth crumbling under an oppressive regime, it ends on a high note of hope. The poet believes that the oppressor can never win and the people of the country should keep hope of getting the freedom soon. So, oh, how I love your streets, my land of birth, where no one may now walk with head held high, and those who venture out at the risk of life and limb must keep their eyes to the ground. New rules, new regulations have been laid down. Dogs are free to roam, but stones are locked away. So this is all about the poet is filled with a patriotism. He expresses his immense love for his motherland or his country of birth. He laments that under the totalitarian regime, none of his countrymen can now walk with their head held high. In other words, they cannot take pride in being the citizen of a country that is now held captive by oppressors. People who dare to defy the orders of the dictatorial government run the risk of losing their life or their limbs. It indicates that the oppression and the violence by the government keeping eyes to the ground indicates a submissiveness, shameness, and the fear of the citizens. All this is done to create a fear in the minds of the citizens so that they don't raise their voice against the government. New oppressive rules and regulations have been laid down by the totalitarian government to oppress the citizens and keep the subservient, that means submissive. The military personnel are like ferocious dogs who are moving freely on the street, but the stones are pelted at stray dogs to shoo them away. However, here all the stones have him locked away. It means helpless citizens have no means to fight the atrocities of the police and the military personnel who have free hands in torturing and suppressing them. No excuse do the oppressors need, for they are now both judge and prosecutor. But man has always fought oppression. The oppressor's ways haven't changed, nor the ways of those who fight back. Our flowers have always bloomed through fire. Oppression never wins, and we never lose. The oppressor rides high today, playing God for a few days, but those who keep the faith can deal with fortune's ups and downs. This explains about the oppressors don't need any excuse to prosecute a citizen. They can punish anyone they want without any reasons. The oppressors are now both judge and prosecutor. Prosecutor in the sense lawyer. This line indicates that there is a complete breakdown of law and order and gross injustice in done of people. People are prosecuted without any trial. They are not given any chance to prove themselves innocent. The history bears witness to the fact that the very people who are oppressed have fought oppression vehemently. Though the names of the oppressors have changed over the years, but their behavior and attitude of all the have always been the same. The ways in which the people have fought back oppression have also remained unchanged. They have always achieved freedom through struggle. Oppression has never won over people who have fought against it. The oppressor feels confident and exuberant now because of his success in oppressing the people. The oppressor thinks himself to be as powerful as God who can control the lives of the people. However, people must not lose their faith. Fortune never remains the same, it keeps changing. Through perseverance and faith, people can deal with the ups and downs of fortune and achieve success one day. So, this is all about the poem. So, this poem is translated from Urdu by Khalid Hasan. So, hope you all understood and liked my presentation. Thank you.